there, before we start the video, just want to get a few things out of the way. Thank you for 500 subscribers, pretty great and everything. It's great that we finally made it here. Can we please reach 1,000? But other than that, plugging in the second channel, not because of any advertisement or anything, mainly just because, the second channel, I use it as just a place to store either live streams from Twitch or gameplay recordings. But I am using it now to also do like Let's Plays and stuff, or anything related to game, add commentary to my stock footage. Not to just have it just be blank stock footage someone can just look at and that's it. So, if you do want to see more commentary, then yeah, for like games I play, then yeah, just check out the second channel. But other than that, let's talk about Sonic Crosswords. So yeah, full disclosure, I have some things to say about it, but overall, I certainly enjoyed my time playing Sonic Racing Crosswords. I think the gameplay was honestly great, and honestly, I'm surprised with the amount of changes that they actually made between this and Team Sonic Racing. Now, to be fair, I know that this game is probably inspiring more from Sonic Racing Transformed. I'm not acquainted with the titles, I'm sorry. Each of the Sonic Racing titles, I swear to God, is like a mixture of many words, and it's hard to like dribble them up together, especially someone with me who always stumbles their words a lot. But overall, yes, I understand that. I think Crossworld is making a more of an attempt to be more like what Transformed was. I don't know exactly, I never actually played Transformed, but I'm going based off of the last racing game we had, Team Sonic. But overall, I did enjoy most of what it had to offer. I enjoyed the power-ups, the characters, but I do have some complaints about it. Now, yes, I do understand that this is a game that is currently in beta, so everything's probably going to be a bit unoptimized and different because it's a sake for a test to test out everything about the game. But let's break it down. First off, let's start with the items in the game. Overall, I personally like that they decided to go for a more diverse set of items instead of just going with the Wispons again. And overall, I think we got a good setup. We still have some Wispons showing up, but I think their roles are much better. We have Yacker and the triple Yackers serving as the mushrooms and the triple mushrooms like in Mario Kart. We have Void acting as sort of a vacuum, something you don't see from other games, but I think it was like that in Team Sonic Racing. We then have Laser, which you can use to basically get ahead of everybody so long as every enemy, or I guess racer, is in your sight, allowing you to dash ahead of them all. Pretty unique idea. We then have Drill acting as sort of the Bonsai build from Mario Kart, allowing you to dash ahead of everybody else, but to be fair, I think that one's kind of more slower than the previous ones. Again, who knows, might be fixed up in the final product. And that's most of the Wispons. Overall, I think it's a good set, only including 4 of them. Technically 3 if you really don't want to separate King Yacker and normal Yacker. But overall, I liked it. As for the other items we have a Warp Ring, which allows you to get in front of the other player, allowing you to crush them if they can't protect themselves, but you can't protect yourselves against them, allowing them to get thrown back in the race. We then have the Spike Balls serving as the banana peels, pretty much. You can throw it behind you or throw it in front of you. We then have the Rocket Punching Fist. I don't know. There's a green one and then there's a red one. The green one are basically the green shells, and the red ones are basically the red shells. If it wasn't obvious. We then also have a sort of AoE item, which is a little tornado thing that encapsulates around you, protecting you from other players, allowing you to bump into them and send them back into the back behind you. We then also have a monster truck, another super item that allows you to turn to a monster truck and go past everyone and mow them all over. There's also Omochao, who surprisingly doesn't annoy you on the screen, which I honestly thought that would have been awesome. But instead, he just gives you rings. We then also have the Dark Chow, who shows up and resets everyone's items so that you basically resets everyone's items in case they had a plan or something. And then there's the Green Goo, which acts as the squid thing from Mario Kart. I forgot its name. I'm so sorry. And that's all the item sets. Overall, I think it's a great set in my opinion. But you can tell that the bit of the Mario Kart formula is there. But I think that's honestly something you can't really avoid because, let's be honest, if you want to surpass Mario, if you want to be as good as Mario Kart, you're gonna have to actually borrow some items from there. And overall, I think they did all right. I do think the items do need a bit of optimization and maybe a bit of tweaking. I don't know, I feel like some of them allow you to, well, actually, no, I think it's more just the gameplay's fault. Right, the gameplay, let's get into it. So, okay. There are things that work with the gameplay and things I just do not like about it. Okay, let's tackle the flaws first. Overall, okay, first, the trick system. I understand that, you know, to tie everything to mainly a few controls, but I honestly think it would have been easier to tie the trick system or other obstacles like, you know, putting ink in your face like that to the right stick, because I honestly think it would have been a much better substitution than having the player just turn around and basically flick the button around a bit, flick the stick around. I don't know, I just found it a little bit annoying, honestly. I get why it's like that, you know, to basically tie everything to the left, to the L analog stick. But I don't know, I think it would have been better to just have the actions be tied to the right analog stick as well. And then as for the controls, while it's entirely different from Team Sonic Racing, where instead of holding R2 to accelerate, you're holding X, just like in Mario Kart. Overall, I pretty much liked it. R1 is still the drifting, and overall, I think it's alright. I mean, it depends if you do have mods on, which, well, don't worry, we'll get there. But overall, I think I liked the controls for it, but the physics and the gameplay is what I mostly have an issue with. Because I honestly feel like if you manage to get far ahead in everybody, it then just turns into a slog fest where basically you start getting bashed around a bit. And I get it, it's online, and compared to when I was playing Team Sonic Racing, I was playing against computers, or hard computers. And I will admit, there is a difference. But I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't that much in control when I was like in a huge chaotic like mixture. But overall, I do believe like the Mario Kart effect does exist in here as well. I mean, you know what I mean, where basically you're in first place, someone hits you, and you're immediately in last place. That's the Mario Kart effect, ladies and gentlemen. And that's still here. And do I think it's a good thing or a bad thing? It depends. I mean, if you're a sore loser, then yeah, you won't like it. But if you're like it for some reason, then yeah, I guess you like it. I don't know. Overall, I want to say like, oh bro, I don't feel like under control or in control of my character because I get bashed around a bit. Not to mention getting bashed around allows you to lose your rings, which I don't know what the rings do. I mean, they are given a purpose if you do have a mod on that allows you to accelerate faster or accelerate faster if you have less rings, which let's talk about the mods. Okay, overall the mods, basically, if you're having a hard time winning the game and you feel like cheating, use one of them. No, it's not what they're for. The mods are basically just a sort of enhancement. They're not called mods, they're more so called, I think, level ups or chips? I'm not sure, but I want to call them mods because that's what they feel like for me. Throughout the beta, you can unlock 6 slots entirely and basically mix and match your own kind of set to see what can work with you. You can have your drift be charging faster, have better item pulls, or start off the race with a certain item. And there are costs to them. Like some of the good mods are like, could be, let's say 2 slots, require 2 slots or 3 slots entirely, which is why there's a 6 slot maximum. But I do think some of the mods, I feel like they're a bit overpriced or underpriced. For example, there is a item stock swap where you can swap items around, and that thing costs 3 item slots, when there is a 3 slot enhancement where you can have up to 3 items in your hold, unlike the usual 2, which by the way does the same thing where it has 2 item slots, just like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Wow, a lot of comparisons to Mario Kart today, aren't we? But anyways, yeah, I think in my opinion, like the item stock swap should cost at least 2 or maybe even 1 mod slot instead of 3. I don't know, it just doesn't sound right to me in my opinion. I mean, that might cause more chaos for the game, but I don't know. And who knows, maybe these might be like refixed or reworked around in the next beta or in the final release, we don't know. But overall, that's my like complaint with the mod slots. I think some of them are a bit overpriced or underpriced. I don't know. Kind of makes it hard to just swap around and have fun with it. But I understand what they're trying to go for, or give an example of for how these mod slots are going. And then as for the characters, okay, so we have access to Sonic, Orange Sonic, Red Sonic, Pink Sonic, Black Sonic, Robot, Jim Carrey, Chow, and Jazzy Shroom. Alright. I'm gonna pick Red Sonic. But I might as well offer my own take of what characters I would like to see. I did see the Char I5 video about what kind of characters you would like to see, but I'm just gonna start dishing them around like left and right. Okay, characters I would like to see in this game. Let's try, we can get Calf and Chaos from Sonic Adventure. For Adventure 2, let's try, you know what, fuck it, let's get the President from Sonic Adventure 2, and then, you know what, let's have a DLC for the Sonic movie characters. I think that'd be cool, having real-life Jim Carrey in a video game format. And then, let's see, what else? I want to see the Chaotix in there. They're probably going to be in this game, honestly, let's be honest. Who else? Let's get Mephiles in here. Why not? Anybody should be able to be playable. Any villain as well. So, you know, Black Doom, the Razor Jin from Seven Rings. And speaking of rings, shout out to my friend Triforce. Let's get the storybook characters in here. Let's get, Sir Arthur. not Sonic. The Night Guy. And then, Merlina and Shara. I was about to call her Shantae for a minute. Who else? Who else can we have? Trying to think if this is a hard decision for something that's never gonna happen. Fuck it, why not? We can get Classic Sonic in here. He's already been marketed as a gimmick enough. And then, why not? Let's have other Sega characters in here, probably. I don't know. Maybe they might include other Sega characters, I don't know. But, that's all I can think of for now. If you guys have any other ideas for what characters should be in this game, leave them down below. I'd love to hear them. Last thing to talk about, I think, is the stage format. Overall, for what we got for the stages, I only know Metal Harbor, Sonic Adventure 2, and that's it. Then there was this pirate stage inside the Crossworld, which, you know what, before we start discussing the stages, let's talk about how this game's gimmick works. So basically, in the race, you start off in a normal race, you know, let's take, for example, the E Stadium, which is basically the Mario... It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Mario Circuit thing, pretty much. Anyways, you start on the race, you basically go down the entire way. It's honestly a short, condensed version of it, honestly, so to show, like, oh, we're dealing with short laps. But anyways, once you reach the end, two rings will show up, and the person in the lead will be the deciding factor of who will decide what ring to go into. You can go into the ring you already see, or a random ring, which will take you to a random lap course. And sometimes during a race, it'll feature a frenzy tag, in which if there's a frenzy mode, the world you cross into will have a frenzy mode where basically either you have a drift that will go up to 4 times the charge instead of the usual 3, or there'll be boost panels almost everywhere, depending if you're flying or not. But overall, I think it's a neat system, honestly. I do hope we have more to check out. I will admit, it did get tiring after seeing the same Dragon Planet or from a certain Sega game. Each of these, like, worlds that we travel to, there are references to something, and apparently dinosaurs existed in Seven Rings. Yeah, no, I was surprised when I saw it as well. But as for the stages we got, okay, we have Metal Harbor from Sonic Adventure 2, as I already said before. The E Stadium, that's basically just the Mario Circuit. The World Museum, it's based off a game that Sega made. I'm not sure exactly. Water Palace from Sonic Rush, I think that's probably where it's from. Ocean View from Sonic Heroes. That's always good to see. What else? Rainbow Garden. I don't think that's what it's called, but it's here. And then there's, as for the Crossworld area, we have, well, the pirate ship stage from Secret Rings, I think. I don't know. I think there were pirates in there at one point. Then there's this space planet, like I mentioned before. And There's a sky area you fly through, which is honestly pretty cool. And yeah, that's really all I can think of, unless I'm missing one. If I am missing one, please let me know. But overall, I think that's most of the Sonic Beta. Overall, I think it's a neat idea. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the carts. The carts. Instead of the usual 3, I'm sorry, I burped. Instead of the usual 3 type of carts, we do have a new one into the mix, acceleration. But overall, look, I'm not a cart fanado or initiato, whatever, but I mean, they're cool. But more so, I care about the designs. Overall, for the customization, it honestly is pretty good. You have the ability to customize the front part and the back part of your car, similar to Mario Kart. I gotta stop making that comparison. As well as the wheels, just like in Mario Kart. I have to stop. Anyways, you can choose what kind of car parts you have. Overall, for the beta, there's at least like 4 you can unlock with these Dampa tickets. Yep, that man from Team Sonic Racing shows up again. I think Sega figured out what his purpose is. Anyways, you use his tickets to basically unlock cosmetics in the game and other car parts, which honestly is a pretty neat idea. At least for this beta, at least. But overall, the card customization was pretty nice. And plus, instead of choosing certain characters' colors, you can also customize it with your own colors, well, its own textures. Which, honestly, I love pretty much. I hope the customization does go a bit further. I did see some creations from other people's live streams and stuff, and honestly, I like them. They look pretty cool. As for me, I'm not good with coloring stuff. I just put everything in primary colors. But overall, I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this customization stuff. But, yeah, no. I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning. Yeah, no Extreme Gear shows up. Jet's not here. But overall, that is the entirety of it. Oh, yeah, there's also stickers you can equip. So if you want to equip Sonic's dumb face on your rear view, on your bumper sticker, then yeah, you can do that. But overall, that's the entirety of the Sonic Crosswords beta. Overall, I pretty much enjoyed it. There are flaws with it, but I do hope they get ironed out from people answering the feedback and stuff. And I do hope things get balanced out. But overall, I pretty much enjoyed it. If you can tell, I'm still sick. But yeah, hopefully everybody does enjoy this video, me talking about it. And who knows, maybe and then I might live stream this a little bit later, depending if the beta's still open. And yeah, hopefully everybody enjoyed it, and I'll see everyone later.